how I found out my wiener's in your mouth is not a good name of a food truck for a hot dogs. They were not happy.
What kind of demographic were you trying to reach with that? I mean,
people like hot dogs, man.
Yes, yeah.
Go to the ballpark, get you a wiener.
Yeah.
Goes in your mouth. My wiener, I made it. My wiener in your mouth.
I can see how people were upset.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not bad.
It's a good name.
Better than Oscar Mayer. I mean,
yeah,
shit.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Ballpark.
Yeah.
Those are shitty.
They are.
They plump when you cook them. Yeah, and then they shrivel right back up smaller than they were pre-cooked.
Yeah. You know, my favorite hot dogs are those big-ass ones at the golf course.
Oh, my God, really?
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
That's too much hot dog meat for me, man.
Really?
I don't need that much.
I like them. I mean, I've always been, like a big meat guy, especially.
Yeah, I understand.
Big wiener.
Big wiener.
Big wiener, mouth. Yeah.
It's like a 1/4 pound hot dog.
Yeah, good.
It's just too much. Now, I'm not saying eating a 1/4 pound's worth of hot dogs is bad.
It's just
I just prefer it being two of them as opposed to that
one giant one.
It's almost too much.
You can't open your mouth wide enough, or
no? I have no problem with that.
Okay.
I'll get that in there.
All right.
But
you gotta lick your lips sometimes. It helps.
See, for me, like I don't mind hot dogs.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, this is outside of, being on the grill in the backyard, because I think we can agree that's a different type of hot dog. It's way better.
Yeah, it's way better than the boiled
but
ones.
Now we're just talking about, just a hot dog at a golf course or a ballpark or whatever.
Yeah, that's just been in the rotisserie all day.
For me, though, like a hot dog at a golf course it's just an apparatus for me to eat a bun and some mustard and onion. So I don't need...
Yeah.
I don't need the 1/4 pound of it.
Okay. I just need the small hot dog.
Yeah.
It was always a staple for me when I went golfing as a kid. Like
right.
At the turn, you go inside, you grab yourself a hot dog. Yeah, I mean, that was always a thing.
I don't see. The one place I've been down in Florida, like, they had, what they did, can't even remember I think they're called cheddar dogs.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not what you're thinking. What they do is they take hamburger and it gets mixed with cheddar cheese and they shape it like a hot dog and cook it on a grill.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, phenomenal.
Do you get mad when people call it a hot dog sandwich?
Kind of.
I mean, I kind of want to hit them. Like,
I also get mad when people put ketchup on them.
Shut up. Okay?
I think we've had that argument before. Fucking, it's mustard. You put mustard on a hot dog.
I don't like mustard that much to put it on the hot dog.
Not American?
I mean, apparently not.
And jihadi Seth here. What'd you do? Why'd you piss him off? I put ketchup on a hot dog. Fucking right, man.
Yeah, I don't like. I like mustard for some reason. I just prefer to not put it on my hot dog.
Which I think there are a lot of. Which is a weird thing that they have hot dog restaurants.
Yeah,
that's all they serve is hot dogs.
Odd to me.
And like they don't even have ketchup.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, you want ketchup? Yeah, we don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Just some mustard though.
How many hot dog restaurants are there?
I don't know, but
I know what you're saying.
You
it's
remember
more.
On that,
I mean,
like,
I know what you're saying.
Like on Food Network or whatever, they used to do that Paradise show.
Yeah,
it was Hot Dog Paradise.
Okay,
and they traveled the country to all these different hot dog restaurants. Of like, I don't know that I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean,
it seems like you would almost kind of run out of ways to serve it.
Like if I wanted a hot dog and I was driving around, I just find a Dairy Queen, get me a foot-long coney.
Yeah, I mean, or just, I don't know, what other places. Sonic's got a good hot dog. Tried that once.
Yeah, I've never had that.
I've only had Sonic like twice in my life, so.
Yeah, because there's none around here. But actually, to be honest, mine, if I had a top hot dog.
Yeah.
Probably Skyline, just those small ones with some chili and cheese, mustard and onion.
Gotcha.
That's the like I might eat 15 of them, but I like the small size.
Yeah,
it feels because
you didn't eat as much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's smaller.
It's like putting food on a smaller plate. It looks bigger.
That's why I get that 16-inch pizza cut in them little small squares.
I only had 10 squares.
Yeah. I had 37 of these squares. I mean, they're not big.
Nah.
Well, it was 3/4 of the pizza.
Well, I wasn't good at math.
Yeah. They were small, though.
They're small.
That's what matters.
A&W's got a good hot dog.
Never been to an A&W.
Once. And I got a hot dog because that's what they recommended.
They're supposed to open one up around here.
There was one at the lake for a while, but I don't think it did very well.
Well, but there was something that they were supposed to open one up on this side of town.
Oh, really?
But then, shit happens.
Yeah.
So,
Everything.
yeah. I mean, everything.
Well, it's weird to me. Like, A&W is not really a popular spot, so they'd rather put an A&W up than like a Chick-fil-A or something. Not that I'm like on the Chick-fil-A train or anything, but it seems like that's more of a popular spot.
Yeah, I'd kind of like a different option for a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody seems to think that they're like the best. So I never understood why we don't have one. Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, we're not a huge city, but we have a major interstate that runs through here. We have a Texas Roadhouse. We have Olive Gardens, Applebee's, Five Guys.
Exactly. We have a Five Guys. That's not really a big thing either. And then
we have a Five Guys and a Chipotle, and we don't have a fucking
Chick-fil-A.
Jeez.
We put in that Panda Express last year, 2 years ago. Could have made that a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Who needs Panda Express?
I mean, I like Chinese food, but
I do too. But we already have really,
you got the Hunan Gardens on the other side. That's the best Chinese food around. I mean, yeah, that's it pisses me off because the side of town that I live on. Now, pizza-wise, on the little squares, I'm talking about Donato's. Yeah.
Like, I'm a big Donato's fan.
I like Donato's.
It's on the wrong side of town for me, though.
Yeah.
Of, like, I can't drive over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I will at some point, but it takes too long. Hey, can I borrow one of those, like, heated bag things that you guys... I'll bring it back next time, but I need to get this back to the other side of town before it's cold.
Pizza's cold by the time I get home.
Sons of bitches.
My favorite pizza spot in Lima is Westside. I mean, I think they got the best pizza in town. And I love Fat Jack's too, and they're close second. But for some reason, man, Westside's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, Westside's good. I mean, obviously, Beer Barrel's my...
Oh, is it?
It's the easiest one for me to get to that's not a chain.
Gotcha.
Westside's not... Well, actually, Westside's just a little bit further, but, it's okay. It's good.
I like it. Beer Barrel I feel like I got to chop off my hand to pay for it.
It's also at a point like a Beer Barrel, like I just order that online and it's already paid for.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pick it up and I can't, you want me to make a phone call? Is this 1917? The fuck? We still calling people?
Yeah.
Do this shit online.
I know it. I know. It's crazy.
It's how I live.
It's crazy. I don't like to talk to people. I don't fucking talk to anybody.
Man, that was, there's some local
eateries.
Local favorites for you, some national chains and some local stuff. It started off with a hot dog in your mouth.
Yeah, wiener in your mouth.
Wiener. Oh, there was one on those because I remember that Hot Dog Paradise. It's like deep fried hot dogs.
Yeah,
not like a corn dog, but like they just serve a hot dog in the fryer.
I had one of those at a football game one time in Cincinnati.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you can't eat all of it.
Just take like an oily hot dog?
Yeah, I mean, you can't eat all of it because your stomach starts to hurt. But like this, they went all out with it too. Put everything you could fucking possibly put on a hot dog on it.
So it's like 8 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's a foot long.
At a game?
At a game.
I don't need that at a game.
No, I couldn't hold it. I couldn't.
You
I had to eat it with a fork.
We're some wide guys, of those seats aren't huge, and I'm around other people.
Yeah, luckily it was.
Try not to get it on them.
Luckily it was in December, so it was cold as shit, so not a lot of people were at the game.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I had to eat the toppings off of it first.
Oh, that's the worst.
Before I could eat the hot dog because it was just so much.
That's one of those ones like when, you order a hamburger from, the fancy restaurants or whatever.
Yeah.
And it comes out and it's like 9 inches tall. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't understand.
You didn't even cut it in half for me, dick.
Yeah.
God, I got to do it myself.
You
just stuck the knife on top of it. I hate that too.
There's a little trick for you on that is, because all those toppings on there, it's tough they want to slide around.
Yeah. Flip it upside down.
Flip it upside down and eat it. Put that big bun on the bottom.
Yeah.
Then your chompers come down from the top. Don't push those.
There you go. I usually just squish it down as flat as I can.
Takes a real fat guy to think of something like that.
How can I engineer to eat this hamburger so I don't spill it?
But yeah, basically, how do I'm eating this and I got to go somewhere. How do I not get this all over myself? That's kind of the...
It's a good point. There you go. Tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade.
By Wideside Sports.
Yeah.
Don't stick your finger in a light socket.
Or do.
Depends if you want
I probably can't say that. Definitely don't do that.
Unless you want spiked hair that day.
I mean, Big news in the podcast world. Did you see that?
I heard a buddy texted me about it today.
Wow.
I didn't hear about it till today. A buddy texted me about it, and I looked it up. He is making a shitload of money off of that Spotify contract.
Yeah.
Already on top of probably it's not going to be on iTunes anymore.
Nope. It won't be on anything. It'll only be on Spotify. It won't be on YouTube anymore.
Huh.
Spotify has video.
Oh, okay.
So they'll and my guess is one of the things is because YouTube keeps dinging them.
Oh, okay.
If somebody says something, they demonetize them.
Oh, okay. So like
all
the
that
cussing
shit.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And if they show a picture and somebody says, "Well, that's my picture," you get demonetized and you get a strike and you get hey,
pretty much. Spotify's going to let him do whatever the hell he wants because they
figure, to the best of their knowledge, that he was making probably $30 to $40 million a year off that podcast.
Yeah,
doing it just the way he is.
Yeah, he's probably going to jump at about $10 million.
Say it's because like maybe a 2-year deal for somewhere around $100 million is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Plus, I think they're going to let him still chop up his clips and put on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Any little clips.
Yeah.
Because they're still going to want to watch full episode on Spotify.
Yeah. Yep.
But good for that guy, man.
Yeah, good for him.
That's freaking crazy.
That is crazy. Good for Spotify too. Their numbers are going to jump way up.
I think they bought. I think they paid Bill Simmons a bunch of money.
Oh, really? To do his thing on there?
Yeah, whatever his is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I think it's basketball related, or it might be sports, but.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's Bill. I don't really like Bill Simmons, but
I don't really know.
But it was big money.
Yeah.
For him. Like, damn.
Yeah, good for him.
They apparently want to be the Netflix of podcast. Hey,
Spotify.
I think, hey, Spotify.
Come on. Throw some bone here.
I'll take half.
Yeah.
I think they'd got a lot of them before, and they tried to do that, like, paywall thing.
Ah, okay.
It's like, well, you got to be a member for $4 a month. You hear all these podcasts. It's like, yeah, how'd that work for you?
Yeah.
Because podcast is kind of a free thing.
Yeah.
If people understand that, hey, I get this content for free, I'm going to have to listen to a couple ads.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be that bad.
So Rogan, that's what he mentioned is like, it will be free.
Yeah.
Like they're not
going to,
Nope. There is no paywall.
Good.
That's how you go into nowhere.
Yeah.
I think, I'm going to say Adam Carolla had a really big podcast and then did something like that and went up behind it like a $3 paywall.
He probably just lost it.
Nobody,
I don't really like Adam Carolla.
Nah, it's
annoying to me.
It's okay on the Man Show.
What's the Man
that
Show?
1 year. Oh, I forget your age.
Yeah.
It's him and Jimmy Kimmel. It was on Comedy Central.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little half-hour show called The Man Show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like girls jumping on trampolines and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And they did little skits and stuff like that. Funny stuff.
I've only listened to him a couple times on just talk shows, and he's on a couple of those roasts that Jeff Ross has, and he's okay.
I mean, he kind of came to obviously he was always a stand-up, but him and Dr. Drew were together on that Love Line on MTV, and that's kind of where he really started to get out there.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a guy you want to talk about sex with.
Exactly.
Apparently. I don't know how that ended up being that way, but hey,
good for him.
Yeah, that's all I was wondering, because with Spotify doing that with Rogan and a couple other things that they've paid for exclusive rights on, because you remember kind of like DAZN was doing that, where they kept signing all those boxers well, Pat McAfee's show is something to do with DAZN, like they stream it overseas or whatever. There's some deal with that of like, and then like you don't hear them paying anybody anymore. Like, that didn't. You spent a lot of money. It didn't seem like that worked out for you. I mean, you paid $3? I think for Canelo they paid like $350 million for like 4-fight contract.
Oh wow,
4 or 5 fights.
Yeah,
like, oh, you guys didn't realize that like nobody watches boxing unless it's Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly. Like Canelo's a really good boxer, but he doesn't get anybody there.
No, because it's
it's boxing. It takes too long.
It's fixed,
and it takes way too long.
That was one. You think about that? Did you watch the McGregor Mayweather fight?
Yes, that was one of the ones I watched.
Now, obviously, you're not a judge,
No.
but you got to say that Conor McGregor won some rounds.
Yeah, a couple of them.
You know, and Floyd Mayweather said in the press conference I gave him a couple rounds because I wanted to wear him out.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see the official scorecards?
No.
Conor McGregor didn't win any rounds.
Oh.
From any judge.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, so you guys are just full of shit.
Yeah.
Because that first round, I'm
pretty sure
I think Floyd threw like 3 punches, maybe.
Yeah.
And Conor caught him with that uppercut and stuff. And then Floyd won the round 10-9.
Yeah.
Like, well, you know, he was in control because he was playing defense. Like, yeah, but he hit him.
Yeah, that's
multiple times. Floyd hit him 3 times. Conor hit him 12 times.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Conor won the round.
Yeah, it's
nope. It's like boxing is so shady. It's kind of like you can say college sports in general, but it's more of a, you know, basketball gets kind of the same as boxing of like, well, you know, everything's, you know, everybody's paying everybody and everybody's cheating.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's happening. We just don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We just let it go.
Yeah.
Nobody looks into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that still gets me with the, you know, hey, you got like FBI tapes of this guy saying that he's paying this kid.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just spent him one game and he threw a fit and you let him back.
Yeah. Speaking of people paying shit, did you see where it obviously got swept under the rug and nothing's happening, but where James Harrison said that Mike Tomlin handed him an envelope after he knocked out one of the Browns players?
Yeah. I've heard some people talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And people knowing them.
Yeah.
Said it probably would have been more of he handed it to him, go, you're going to get fined for that one.
Yeah.
Because like a year previous, he wouldn't have got fined for that hit.
But he got fined. Hell, he was the most fined player there for a couple years.
Is it, because I want to say after that hit or whatever, like it was, he got fined, because I want to say he went on a rant of, you guys had hits that I was doing like this just up till last year on your website, selling them as NFL's greatest hits.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you go to commercial break, you show these hits.
Yeah.
And now it's illegal.
Yep.
Because you're getting sued.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what you don't hear anybody talking about anymore in the NFL? CTE.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody cares.
No. People who play football in any other contact sport know what they're getting into. I mean, I know that whole big deal with the helmets and shit with all that stuff. I mean, it wasn't a thing until that year. There was like a year and a half, maybe a 2-year span where it was a big fucking deal and it scared a lot of people and all this stuff. But you don't hear anything about it because people know what they're doing when they get into it. It's a contact sport. You're paid to hit people. And
it's one of those things of like in the NFL, the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Because of the money they make. Now, obviously, not everybody makes that kind of money, but if you get 10 years in, minimum you've made $5 million. Yeah. Minimum.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and you're vested. Now you go look at the UFC where you get punched in the face like that, or boxing, same way. Yeah, if you're not like 1 of 10 people, you're not making any money. Oh, you get knocked out? You know what that usually means for you lesser people?
You don't get paid.
You get paid half of what you thought you were going to make.
Yeah.
Because they get show and win money. So it's like, well, you could have won. You could have made $30,000 tonight, but you got knocked out, so you only get 15. Like, I hate that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Of like, hey, they're doing the same amount of work. They have games. If it's 15 and 15, so you have $45,000.
Yeah.
Hey, just pay them all 22 and a half.
Yeah.
Just pay them both.
Yeah.
And just,
I mean, I get that. I pay the winner, give the winner a little something extra. I mean, he won. You know what I mean?
Don't care.
He won.
About that. But why?
But there's a point.
They say it's about motivation.
I get it, but there's no point to have the boxing match if you're not going to give something to the winner or any kind of sport.
They're fighting for a belt, man.
Yeah, but if they get the belt, do they get money?
Yeah, your contract goes up.
Oh, okay. But still, I mean,
the more you win, the higher your...
Exactly. So the more I win, the more I want paid. You know what I mean?
That's the way it goes. But when you got 5 fights, you don't get to say that.
I get that.
That's what I'm talking about. Because after you get like into your second or so UFC contract, you're into the $50,000 a fight. So,
okay,
75.
I gotcha.
like the big guys, they don't have win show money. They have guaranteed
money. Okay.
Cowboy Cerrone shows up with 30-some fights in the UFC. He's making $250,000 that night.
Gotcha.
You know,
that's so the more fights you have, the more money you make, basically.
Now, obviously, you know, and then when you get into your championship, they also get pay-per-view points. So that's money that, like, they'll say, well, Conor McGregor made $2 million for his fight. Well, that's what they release.
Yeah.
But he has back-end pay-per-view points.
Gotcha.
You never get to see that.
Gotcha.
And that's where Floyd Mayweather making all that money, that wasn't on the boxing match.
Yeah.
That was because he was a promoter and he got the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, you'll see, like, the boxing, like, his actual fight purse is, like, $15 million.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, oh, I made $300 million off the pay-per-views. That's kind of how that.
All right. Well, there we go.
But I never understood that because that was originally put in there to motivate guys to want to win. It's like, well, hey, man, you're locking us inside a fucking cage for a human cockfight.
Yeah.
I don't need any more motivation. I don't want to get my ass stomped.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean that money thing's doing nothing as far as motivation goes?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't want to get him.
I'm just going to half-ass it. Well, that guy over there's going to rip your head off or break your arm or, you know.
Yeah. I'm not motivated unless I get more money.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the shit beat out of me. Yeah.
Well, that's Francis Ngannou over there. Good luck.
Yeah. Fucking rip your goddamn face off. Oh, I didn't watch any of the fights Saturday because I was a little fucked up. But I did watch some of like just some of the clips and stuff. You know what I mean? Holly Holm knocked out that bitch and it was sweet as hell.
I didn't even see it. I fell asleep.
Oh my God. I watched it. I saw it on Instagram. It was just the clip of her knocking the chick out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was awesome. Caught her with the leg and then she goes down and then she comes up out of nowhere and just fucking pops her one. Sweet.
She is, she's getting closer to the twilight of her career.
Yeah.
So her wins and losses are just kind of win one, lose one, win one, lose one. But still to this day, like ending Ronda Rousey's streak.
Yeah.
That kick to the face.
Yeah.
Is just like, I mean, it's like, oh, you're going to spin to the side and kind of bend halfway over? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Wham.
Boom. And I didn't, like, when I look at fighters, in my mind, if I know who you are and I know your name, you're a good fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know the chick she was fighting. So in my mind, she's not a very good fighter because I don't really know who she is. But she's like she's like waving her hands at her to come get some. Fuck. Why would you taunt Holly Holm or anybody that has any wins? You know what I mean?
And it's Holly Holm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
she's not a slouch. She fucking whooped her ass. I mean, it was awesome.
That's one of those ones of, because you always see it, like when Anderson Silva got beat, he kind of was put his hands down, shaking his head like you can't hit me, and then gets clipped on the chin. I was like, I think that's the ones when they get like that, guys that have a chin, they can take a punch.
Yeah.
I think they get a little too, obviously anybody can get clipped.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes those glancing blows that just caught the chin, wasn't the hardest shot you hit, but it just snapped your head fast enough that it took,
Yeah. Well, like, to me, like, if an Anderson Silva does that, he's kind of earned his place, took maybe a little cocky.
Yeah, well, for sure.
You know what I mean?
He was the best ever at that point in time.
This chick wasn't.
No.
This is probably one of her, maybe the only main card she's ever been on. And I don't know her name.
I'll have to look this up. So
whatever, she was doing it for show, but, unless, I don't know, just to me, like, shut the fuck up and just fight her. You don't have to do all that other shit because most likely you're losing. But yeah, man, she clipped her with that leg and then hit her right in the fucking face. It was awesome. But yeah, I didn't watch any other fights. I didn't even see any other clips. I saw the Wednesday night one where the guy knocked his teeth out.
Yeah, that was...
and then apologized later as they're trying to wrestle on the ground. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see who that was.
Oh.
But it's not...
Not popping up. Uh-oh.
Can Google, come on. Because usually if you just type in UFC, it starts bringing up the cards and you scroll through them. some dead air in there.
Yeah.
We really need a producer.
Yeah, we do.
Start looking this
son of
shit
a
up.
bitch. Would have been like, what, 250 or something like that?
Yeah, I just typed in Holly Holm.
Yeah. A lot of dead air.
Yeah, a lot of dead air. When you end up going to good old Wikipedia.
Yeah.
They usually have the shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be funny if like it wasn't a fight that happened and you just watched an old clip.
That would be funny. I may have watched an old clip, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she hadn't fought since January.
Then I did. I watched an old clip. Oh my God. Feel like an idiot now. Either
Let's
way,
see.
fucking knocked her ass out.
Yeah, it must have been one because she won that in a decision, the last one.
Cool. Well, everybody, I just recapped a fight that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyway, it was awesome. I mean, when you know there's a fight the night before and then ESPN puts fight clips up, I just assume.
I'm going to bet you say it was kick to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Head kick and punch.
Yeah.
Beth Correa.
Okay.
Don't
yeah,
know who
exactly.
she
Don't know who
is.
she is. Taunting.
Go ahead and taunt
Yeah.
that straight killer in Holly Holm.
Yeah, just fucking roundhoused her ass. It's awesome.
That was such a weird thing, too, of like the whole Ronda Rousey thing of, you know, she put the female on the map as far as fighting goes.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can't, you know, you can't say bad stuff about her because there really wasn't much of a female division until she came along.
Yeah.
But then the way, you know, losing like that and then
Twice
just
in
going.
a row, right?
Yeah.
Did she get knocked out by Holmes and then
She
another
got knocked
lady?
out by Holm and then went almost, well, and she talked about that, almost like suicidal thoughts because she lost. It's like, well, hey, this is UFC.
Everybody loses.
Unless your name's Khabib, everybody loses.
Yeah.
Or John Jones, his one loss is a, you know, disqualification.
Yeah.
But of like, you know, John's going to get beat at some point.
Mhm.
Khabib will get beat unless they just retire early.
Yeah.
But then, like, she just went
Off their
wouldn't
fucking
talk
rails.
to anybody or
Mhm.
whatever, and then came back, you know, like a long layoff. And when she came back was Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, and Nunes.
Now, everybody knows who Nunes is now.
Yeah.
They didn't know how
You have a
big
badass
of a bruiser she was.
Yeah.
Like, yep, just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it was crazy. But you're right, though. I mean, she put the fucking women's thing on the map. Now she's wrestling on WWE.
Yeah. And that's the thing with her, because it'd be an interesting thing because everybody gets better,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in that sport. Like guys that fought 10 years ago don't hold a candle to what the guys are doing now just because the sport's evolving because it's so young.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to take Ronda's skill set that she had and drop it in right now to see how many times she get beat.
Yeah.
Because she's a judo player.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you're just going to grab them, trip them, and then arm bar them. Because that's kind of what she didn't really knock people.
No.
I mean, she has knocked people out. That
wasn't her thing.
Like, judo players don't really, that shit doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you kind of found out why at the end of your career.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing with guys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you imagine like Chuck Liddell coming in here and doing what all the great he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a stand-up just fucking street fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't take many people to the ground. He just wanted to fucking fight.
Just bang.
Yeah. And that's not a lot of people's game anymore.
Well, it's one of those things, and it's tough in that division because that's John Jones' division of like, well, Chuck Liddell in his prime, would have got his ass kicked by John Jones. There's no argument about
no
that.
argument
it's not even,
at all.
Oh, you want to stand here and bang? I'm just going to stand back to where you can't punch me, and I'm just going to keep kicking. Just kick the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Then I might take you down and choke you. Of like, well, nothing you can do about it.
No.
Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that you're right how it is evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like any sport, but
Yeah.
you don't ever think about it because
we didn't get to see it with any sport. You know, like baseball evolved back in the early 1900s and football before we were born of like, this is you know, in the 2000, kind of the Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture era is where it started to get big. And that's when it really started, you know.
Yeah. I think we've seen football evolve.
Well, to a passing game.
Yeah, just
but
more of a.
But it's not like they weren't throwing the football around.
No, I'm talking more of a chess game now. Of where
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think it's the same. I think you just have more access.
Yeah, I don't know. The chess game of now. You're right. The access really helps with all the.
I'll tell you
the
what,
film and shit.
You probably haven't seen the Joe Montana on the Peyton's Places yet.
Yes, I have. I watched that one.
They start talking about what his coach of like the chess match shit that he was going through, where they had videos of him in meetings talking about this and this and this and this if they do this, and it's like. I think it's always been there.
Yeah, you just didn't really...
Technology's a little better now, obviously, but you just didn't have access to it.
And but you're right, though. That's probably a big part of it. I don't know, just the schemes and shit like that, I think have kind of evolved.
It's always the weird... Now, the one thing, obviously, Jerry Rice, greatest receiver ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do have to say he went through a span where he had, Joe Montana.
Yeah. And
two
then
Hall of Fame
Young.
quarterbacks, and one of them happens to be Joe Montana.
Yeah. And the other one is...
Who's always in the argument. It's him and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah. So it's like... But when you look at it, when's the last time... Most of Jerry's meaningful football was in the 90s.
Yeah.
And nobody's touching his record.
Mm-mm.
So, as far as the pass evolution or whatever, it's like, well, but nobody's even nobody's doing this.
Well, didn't Fitz break one of his catches? One of his records for catching last year?
Maybe a percentage or something, but not actual catch. Maybe in a... No, it wouldn't have been in a season. Because his
no,
stats
it wasn't in a season.
So fucking
he beat
far
one
out
of them
front
last
of him.
year. Maybe
because his total receptions and his yardage, I think, are well out of reach.
Yeah, I know he beat one of them last year because Jerry was at the game, and I remember it being advertised.
Maybe his touchdowns. I don't know if Jerry had... Maybe... Well, he probably does have the touchdown record, but maybe that one wasn't far out.
I think it's the all-time... He beat him on the all-time receptions list.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, that just doesn't seem possible.
Or he wants him to. One of the two. I knew it was... Yeah, he beat him on the all-time receptions list. I think. Pretty sure.
Because I know Jerry Rice's receiving yardage is like, it's one of those ones that's like way the fuck out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like nobody's getting
nobody's
this.
doing that. That's ridiculous. Well, maybe not. I don't know. There was one, for some reason, there was a record because it was talked about. I don't know. I can't, it's not the all-time one just because of played longer,
I mean, because it's one of those ones like he put numbers up that was like,
ridiculous.
So far out.
Yes.
Like the next guy closest to his yardage is like 6,000 yards away.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just remember there being a big deal because Jerry was at the game and Fitz did something of either come close to it or... Yeah. I don't know. It was something like that.
Maybe. You have to cut out some of that dead air. Huh?
Yeah. We need somebody here to just look up shit for us.
Yeah, that's...
God damn it.
Receiving yards career leader, Larry Fitzgerald has 17,000.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Rice has 22,895. And it's like... And it was borderline if Larry was going to play this year.
Yeah.
I think his years of 1,000-yard receivings are over.
Probably.
I think he's more of that, hey, we're inside the 10.
Yeah.
And this guy's going to catch the ball for a touchdown.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't...
Yeah, that's one of those ones of, I can't find anything that Larry...
Maybe I'm wrong. I just remember there being something talked about.
Well, when he went into second place for receptions, that's just...
Yeah. Could have been. Yeah, could. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one article that says how Larry Fitzgerald proves the impossibility of Jerry Rice's record of like, because Larry Fitzgerald's been one of the tops for 15 years?
Yeah.
And he's not even fucking close.
No.
Not even close.
Yeah.
That's just so, I mean, you put that, like Jerry Rice's records are almost in that, like that Cal Ripken streak of like,
yeah, just ridiculous amounts of shit.
Nobody missed a game for 20 years.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Fuck. It's fucking Larry Fitzgerald's
Brett Favre.
goddamn close. Oh, yeah.
I guess on that same record. I mean,
yeah. It's incredible.
I was always weird. I can't remember when Cal Ripken broke the Iron Man record. Whatever, couple thousand games, whatever the hell it is. There was one guy, and everybody gave him a bunch of shit that came out. He's like, I'm not impressed by that record. And he goes, they said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, it's 160. Like, you want to crown this guy because he fucking showed up for work?
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
they play 162 games a year.
Yeah.
The guy showed up for work, and you want to give him an award. I mean, he has 4 months off of like, I mean, if you say it like that,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's more of an injury thing.
Like he stayed healthy.
He played fucking shortstop.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people get hurt playing shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
high,
high activity.
Traffic. Yeah, exactly. Pull something.
But that's, and then I think on that night, it's shocking on record-breaking nights, like the greats of the game.
Yeah.
Like he breaks that Iron Man record, fucking hits a home run on that night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those
that you're just on.
Of like, hey, something's happening really special.
Yeah.
And like the high-level person just
outdoes
they do
it.
something fucking stupid. But I still haven't watched. I don't feel like I need to watch The Last Dance on the Michael, talking about greatness.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so much about it.
Yeah,
of
you
like,
kind of get it.
I don't need to waste 10 hours.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, because you hear about all the little backstories, and I knew he was really good.
Yeah.
And I knew he was an asshole.
Yeah.
But
it was just funny to hear. It's funny to me to hear all these, like the people that they're interviewing. It's the people's reaction to some of this stuff. I know we talked about it last week. It's just crazy to think that for some reason they're trying to make Michael Jordan out to seem like the bad guy. It's just him.
Yes.
It's the way he played the game.
I mean, it's well documented. He's an asshole.
Yeah. That's okay.
But okay.
It's okay.
I mean,
lots of people are assholes.
Yeah.
And they lose.
A lot of assholes.
Well, there's a lot of assholes, and they lose.
I gotten into an interesting conversation yesterday about that, because obviously, the talk of LeBron James and, comparing to LeBron and Kobe and Michael, and of the one thing that was probably the most interesting thing of the documentary at all is that he wanted to sign with Adidas.
Yeah.
That the whole Jordan brand.
Yeah.
Because I'm a believer. Now, I know, in the 80s, Nike was still more of a track shoe. I mean, obviously it made stuff, but it wasn't. But then again, Adidas was a soccer shoe from Germany. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, but I'm a firm believer of, if he would have signed with Adidas, I don't think that Jordan brand does the same.
No.
I just don't think it does. I mean, there's something about that swoosh.
Yeah. That just is cool.
And then obviously, I'm not going to say the Jumpman logo.
Yeah.
Because that came later. But it was just something about, like, I don't think the Air Jordan in the Jordan brand, I just don't think it works with Adidas.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it's just because we've only ever seen it with Nike.
Yeah, but Adidas.
But I just don't
Adidas never really evolved into anything else.
And that's what nobody does. No, because that's what Nike does.
Yeah. I mean,
Nike's number one. It's not because they have they probably do have the best stuff.
Yeah.
But boy, they're always changing. They're always
doing something.
You took a guy's basketball shoe and turned it into collectibles.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
We sell them for $300, and then on the aftermarket they go for $1,500.
Yeah. Crazy.
And now there's the whole where they take Jordans and they like tear them apart and redo them and make their own little collaboration things of like spawned a whole new. I just don't think it happens with those fucking three stripes. It's just not the same.
Something. Yeah, you're right though. Something about that swoosh is just, it's cool. I mean, it's always been cool, and I don't know why.
It just is.
It just is. Those three. You're right. Those three stripes. It's not as appealing for some odd reason.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'd almost. The reason Under Armour is always sucking hind tit when it comes to that.
Yeah. Their logo?
Their logo sucks.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, you have a U and an A combined?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks stupid.
It does.
Come up with something better.
Yeah, it reminds me of like those old barbed wire tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Like that you get across your bicep. That's what it reminds me of.
When you really start looking at it, the ones that fall by the wayside, you got to look at the Nike swoosh is just an iconic logo.
Mm-hmm.
Under Armour, get a new logo. Yeah. It fucking sucks. It's not going to work. You're not going to get. I mean, at one point, you have Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything with that?
Yeah. You have a lot. They actually have a lot of fucking people.
They had Steph Curry at the
Tom
one point.
Brady.
They had Steph Curry, Tom Brady, Jordan Spieth when he was winning, mate, when actually played golf, not like a fuck. But you had like the top athletes almost in every sport.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything with it. Like
crazy.
Well, you
suck.
Your stuff sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, not that your shirts and stuff suck. They're okay. I mean, they're not better than the shoes are terrible.
Shoes terrible.
But your logo's not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not cool.
Yeah. It isn't like you can't like I remember buying just Nike shirts just with the swoosh up by like the pocket area.
I used to have a bunch of just like
plain colored shirts with the swoosh. Yeah.
Just those sweatshirts with the small swoosh.
Yeah.
That's it. They're like $30 or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I have an Under Armour one that's kind of like that. It just has like the logo up in the corner. I don't know. It's just not the same.
It's just not Yeah.
It's not like Under Armour. I have a lot of Under Armour shit. I've never owned a pair of shoes.
They're kind of the ones that all the compression gear and the hot and cold gear.
They kind of started
that. But then Nike started doing it and their shit's better.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is.
Yeah.
Now it's way more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with that. You have no coolness. Now, when they released obviously their shoes are garbage.
Yeah.
And when they released Steph's signature shoe a couple years ago, and everybody's like, what the
hell is that?
Fuck is that?
It's ugly.
Like sold no shoes. But that was, and it's an interesting thing because the conversation about logos and stuff of like LeBron James is with, and he has his own brand just like Jordan has.
Yeah.
But that jump man and then whatever hit LeBron's is like the crown LB 2-3. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not that jump man.
It's the shit. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. I would say LeBron's shoes are okay. I don't even know if he has clothing. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure
there's just t-shirt stuff.
I'm sure there is. But I mean, his shoes are okay, but I've worn a pair of LeBron's and they're not, you know what I mean? They're not comfortable. Like I've had Jordans growing up and they're comfortable to wear.
Yeah.
Like I never played basketball in them. They were always like a style shoe that you just wear walking around.
Basketball in the LeBrons?
I tried to.
Well, now that's a different thing. If you didn't play in the Jordans, then you can't compare it to the LeBrons.
They weren't, at the time, the LeBron were actually basketball shoes.
Yeah.
The Jordans weren't. They're supposed to be, yeah. But they're also like fucking 10 pounds a piece.
Yeah. Now, they've made a transition.
Yes. Yeah.
Which you're still in the early years of the LeBron.
Yeah.
Compared to what
George
was,
yeah. But I also I also had a pair of Kobe's, and those things were some of the most uncomfortable pair of shoes I've ever put on my feet.
Yeah.
They were bad. They looked sweet. They were just very uncomfortable.
Because the way I look at it with like the LeBron logo is just go back to college basketball because there's Ohio State and Akron are the only ones that have LeBron stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan brand has opened up to obviously, Michigan has it, but North Carolina. But when you flash one of the players, you can clearly see and know that that's a Jordan logo. Mm-hmm. You show an Ohio State jersey and it's got like that LeBron logo. It's like, it almost just looks like a block.
Yeah.
Like you can't
tell what it is. Yeah. Everybody knows. Should have almost made a, because they should have just kept the crown.
That's
it. King James. He should have just kept the crown.
And I don't like the fact that they included 23.
Yeah, he was fucking 6 when he won his championship.
Yeah, but it's Michael Jordan's number.
Yeah.
Which I never liked that. Well, he's my favorite player, so that's why I wear 23. It's like, well, yeah, but that's his number.
Yeah,
like, if you want to be one of the all-time greats, like you should probably have your own number.
Yeah.
But I would have liked if they would have just stayed with like a Jumpman type.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Jordan, LeBron has that on his breakaways where he does that.
Yeah.
Where he peels that ball way back.
Done something of that.
You could have done something like that.
Yeah. Legs a little closer together, arm cocked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the spread eagle like the Jordan.
Yeah.
It'd be because when LeBron does it, his knees are bent. And the ball's way back behind his head.
Mm-hmm.
And, and before anybody, says that, wow, you can't trade off of that. Don't forget, in the 90s, Ken Griffey Jr. had a logo very similar because his was the swing man.
Yeah.
It's so they'd kind of, that's where they should have went with
LeBron's.
It needs whatever you want to call them, shadow characters or however they're.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Silhouettes.
Yeah.
They're silhouettes.
Mm-hmm.
You should have stuck with that.
Yeah. But I mean,
like a fat guy silhouette sitting on a bar stool.
Yeah. But even not, just do the crown. Just make the shape of a fucking crown. Everybody, you grew up as King James.
Could have been cool.
Yeah, could have been cool.
I didn't need to. That's you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Because the jump man doesn't say Jordan under it because
Yeah, exactly.
Your logo, you're LeBron James.
Yeah.
People have known who the fuck you are since you were 15.
Yeah.
You're on Sports Illustrated.
Uh-huh.
I don't need your initials.
No.
If you have to put your initials in the brand, you don't have a brand.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just have your name.
And it's shocking that logo is what Nike came up with. I'm sure LeBron had say-so of it, but come on, guys.
Yeah, just use the crown. I mean, I remember being like 9 and asking my mom, why does LeBron sell Bibles? Because there's a King James Bible. I was like, I didn't know you sold Bibles,
Well, that's where he makes the bulk of his money.
And then obviously I was thrown knowledge at and understood what that meant, but
I knew a guy that said it very seriously watching the football. And he goes, man, I didn't know all these guys played 2 sports. And it's like, what are you talking about? He says, there's been like 3 or 4 guys that came up there and they said they were Pro Bowlers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, that's an all-star. They do not play on the Professional Bowlers Tour. It'd be funny if they did.
That would be funny, yeah.
But yeah, it's like,
oh, wow. Yeah, Professional Bowlers, the Pro Bowl.
But my other point on the Jordan and LeBron thing is social media is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at LeBron's been in the spotlight with social media for 20 years.
Yeah.
He's had some things, most of it's like political shit that people get pissed off at him about. I don't care.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me either.
But so in that 20 years, he really hadn't stepped on his dick.
No. No. Yeah.
Put Michael Jordan with what they show at The Last Dance and stuff like those gambling and shit like that. Put his whole career
in social media,
in the social media, and go, how's it go now?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's a good point. I like that he smoked cigars after every game. Could you imagine doing that now?
Well, the one story was how many beers did he have on the golf course, and then went and scored 40.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Well,
he golfed with the
hockey player,
and then he golfed with like the team he was playing, like the morning before the game or the day before or something. Yeah. Crazy.
It's just, but this, social media plus the same landscape that we live in.
Yeah.
As far as, you got to throw in that Me Too stuff and all that shit too.
Yeah.
Of that gambling with social media and the news cycles we have, that shit ain't gonna, it just wouldn't have flew.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not gonna fly.
Yeah. Yeah. The money he throws down on the,
because it's not that any of his fans would care.
No.
But with the news cycles, man, they just keep bashing you upside the head with it.
Yeah. If you don't do everything that's just perfect and saintly, then you're a terrible person.
Oh, the one that gets me, I didn't watch the documentary, so I don't know how much they covered it. I'm going to guess not a ton with his dad's death. And I guess they covered it, but not in depth.
Okay. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it either.
That would be my guess. Because that's the one when you look at the social media aspect in the news cycle of that would have played out differently. Because like his dad obviously got murdered. Now this is just shit that I've heard and read and stuff like that. But it was like nobody had seen him for like 8 or 9 days and nobody had called the cops. It was like over a week before they even called the cops.
Gotcha.
Like, well, he left one day to drive somewhere, and then he was coming back the next day. He hadn't been home in over a week. And nobody thought to check with anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
seems a little red flaggish.
Yeah. I mean, it just like, it didn't make any sense. Because there's always that rumor out there of like the gambling was a problem and somebody killed his dad.
Yeah.
Which, when you start looking at that, I'm like, well, he had money to pay. It's like, well, but what if somebody he lost a bunch of money to didn't want the money? They wanted him to fix a game.
Yeah.
And he said no. No. And they said, well,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're our cash cow, so we won't kill you.
Yeah.
But this guy,
seems like he's expendable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of sports conspiracies.
No. No, you don't.
Need to make some up.
Okay. I'll think.
Yeah.
Think of some.
But that's, the Under Armour thing, man. Back onto that. All those brands. Because, what's the other, because you got Under Armour sucking the hind tit. And what's behind them that lost that battle? Reebok.
Yeah.
Their logo sucks.
I don't even know what the fuck it is.
It's like a 2 slashes with a slash through it.
Yeah.
Of like, well,
it's like a bird, isn't it?
Yeah. Now they broke the barrier when they came out with those pumps.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking deal, dude.
I want the pump.
I lived in that era. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
But they didn't last. I mean, they had, because I think they had the NFL jerseys for a while.
Yeah.
But that was like their whole business.
That was it.
That's all they had.
Yeah, and now I think Reebok, just has J.J. Watt. I think that's all they have.
Probably.
I mean,
they might do some tennis stuff.
They might. I know that they kind of got big into the CrossFit training-esque of sports.
That's kind of.
I think they kind of went that direction.
Kind of do the CrossFit games and stuff. So wasn't there a guy from this town when they did that national face of CrossFit for Reebok? I say there was a guy from like Elida or something.
Oh, really?
That was a finalist or maybe won it.
Oh, shit. No, I didn't know
Which would go to tell you that we live, well, I mean, that'd be a suburb of the town we live in, but if he did win it, then they're not doing much with it because we don't know about it.
No.
So,
yeah, but I do think they went to more of like the training-esque of it.
Which, that's a little niche market for them, CrossFit, because they're fucked up people anyways.
Yeah, they are.
Have a fucked up logo.
Yeah, crazy.
Because if it was Nike, you'd have a silhouette of it'd have to be a silhouette of somebody snatching 350 pounds while running 400 meters.
Yeah,
with it over your head.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's
literally whoever came up with CrossFit was super fucking drunk one night.
Yeah.
And they were just like, let's see how far we can run with this weight over our head.
Yeah, I don't
you can hang clean 300 pounds. I can hang clean 135 40 times. Like that was like their comparison.
Well, yeah, it's like, I can do 135 pounds 140 times.
Yeah.
And with it over my head, do a box jump.
Yeah.
Like,
why?
Why?
Do you like that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I don't know why I keep getting injured.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Pretty good idea. You're doing Olympic lifts and adding cardio to it. I don't.
It's not awful.
It's not why you do that.
Let me deadlift 40 times and then climb this rope.
Not saying they're not in amazing shape.
No,
they are.
I mean, it's crazy what they do, but
it's just like,
damn.
Yeah. Just unless you're like for the CrossFit Games or whatever that they do.
Yeah,
I don't know if they.
I can't ever tell
money.
Who wins.
I don't either.
Have you ever watched it before?
No,
I have.
I've watched part of it as a highlight package where they.
You calling it a highlight package?
Yeah, because it flows into what I'm going to talk about. That's about the equality of men and women. That they can do whatever they do the same.
Yeah,
it's like, well, not really in sports though.
No,
and I've heard a lot of arguments. Well, they don't play the same set of tees in golf.
Yeah. Yeah,
but in the CrossFit Games, that the finals, like whatever that obstacle course, it's the same exact course for men and women.
Yeah,
the 5 finalists for the men completed it, and like you had like a minute and a half or 2 minutes to complete the course. And they do it in like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
and then it was like of the 5 women, not not one of them finished the course.
Gotcha.
Of like, so they just went off of who got furthest. So
yeah.
that's the only thing I know about it. Of like, okay, so
like,
it's not.
I mean, I've never watched them do the finals. I've only like clicked on it, and they're like in the circuit to where they have to like, you know what I'm saying? They have to do this and that and that. I can't tell what the fuck's going on. There's like 15 rows of people, and they're just going up and down the thing, and I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? I don't know. Like, and they're like, oh, like Jim's in the lead. Like, how can you tell?
Yeah, because it was like
he looks like he's dying.
Like 15 guys. It starts with like a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, you have to deadlift 350.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
And then you have to do like a bear crawl. For 50 yards. And then there's a tractor tire that you got to flip over at the end of that. And then you have to jump over a box. So like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't understand. Odd.
I wonder whoever came up with CrossFit. I mean, the first time when it was like, you know what heavy Olympic lifting is missing? Danger.
Yeah.
Of like, where
death.
It just doesn't seem like that's safe.
Yeah.
Hey, let me put a bunch of weight on my joint in a position that is not meant to hold a bunch of weight, and then do a bunch of movements with.
Yeah. Let's do a bunch of flips with weight packs on.
Because what's the when you do a pull up and like you pull up and then
the dip,
push up, and then like go all the way, like pull through, and then of like, I don't understand what that does, because it seems like you're using, because they get all herky jerky like, it doesn't seem like that. The push part of it is like you almost you jerked yourself around and drew yourself up there. Like, seems like you're just ripping your hands up. Like you just do some pull-ups and go over and do some dips. I mean,
they have to do both.
Yeah, you don't do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, my hands are bleeding.
Yeah.
It's two different. You do two different things. I mean,
two different. You don't have to do them all at once.
Don't have to do them together.
No.
They have full body movements.
Take turns. Take turns. Yeah.
That's what I was like. Yeah, we're doing. We was doing some leg squats, just some body weight squats, but then we added in, you have to do a backflip every time and land, but you can't land on your feet. That's bad on your knees. You have to flip and then land in a push-up position.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be
then
cool.
Do one push-up. Yeah. Then you do an up-down or whatever what are they called now? Burpees.
Yeah.
There you go. Are you in the burpee era?
I mean, burpees and up-downs are different.
I understand that. They're only different at the end.
They're only different because I have to jump up in the air.
Yeah, that's the only difference. Like I said, at the end.
Is it at the end?
Well, yeah, because you drop down.
I start with the jump.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's why. That's why you're not getting any gains, exactly, man. You're doing it wrong.
No wonder.
That jump comes at the end.
Is that why I'm still fat?
You go down, up, jump.
See, I was already standing, so I jumped first.
So he was faking it.
Yeah. Man.
Seth's really fast. I didn't see him do it, but he was already jumping, so he must have already got it done.
Yeah. I mean, I work smarter, not harder.
Actually, up downs was a little later. They were actually called green bays back in my day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I assume
the Packers did it.
I assume that's what it was.
Yeah, but you don't have to chop your feet either. Up downs, I always had to chop my feet. Yeah. You know, like get them chopping. Fuck. Like,
don't use your knees to get up. Hey, fuck you, man.
Don't use
I got all these football pads on.
Yeah.
This helmet's heavy.
Yeah.
I can't push myself, and I'm fat.
Yeah.
I can't push myself up to my feet. I need my knee.
Yeah. Could you imagine doing that? Just like push straight up on your feet.
Yeah. Hey, when are we ever going to need to do this?
Yeah. I
understand maybe once.
Yeah.
But we've done it for like 4 minutes straight.
Yeah, I realize we fucked up the same play 30 times in a row, but come on.
This isn't going to make it better.
This isn't going to make it better. We're tired now.
I think that was one of those ones, the conditioning on that Peyton's places, because it always comes back to Green Bay and Vince Lombardi and their power sweep.
Yeah.
That the one guy that said that was like their conditioning. Like, they didn't run sweeps. You just kept lining up and running that. Or you didn't run sprints. They just kept lining up and running that fucking play. Yeah. You know, to the end.
To the end.
Like, all right, do it again.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I never really we only really conditioned during 2 days. Like during the season, we never really conditioned.
Pretty tough when you
yeah.
You know?
You don't have that many people.
Can't do anything. What if somebody quits?
Yeah.
We're really screwed.
we had our conditioning was we were given 10 plays. And we had to have those 10 plays done in 2 minutes. That was our conditioning. So, and then we had to get, it was
like a 2-minute drill.
Pretty
basically.
much, yeah. And then we had to get like 10 or 15 yards each one or something. And everybody had to get to that line and the clock didn't stop. So like if, let's just say that, me, slow person, if I'm, jogging and tied up to the line, and then if you didn't do it, you had to start over and do it again. So
ours was, I think our coach, because I only played football for a couple of years and then I switched to golf.
Yeah.
But
smart guy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But don't making a career out of it. But our obviously they had conditioning. Like there was an actual week or 2 weeks or whatever of actual conditioning. I think it was before 2-a-days.
Yeah.
And then sometime in 2-a-days, it was always the dreaded. They called it the game,
and
it was 4 stages. I want to say it was something like, you lap around the track, so 400 meters. You're in 400 meters. And then it was like 10, I'd say, gassers, maybe.
Yeah.
Would that be the down back or the down back?
Gassers are just the down and back.
Down and back. This is like, okay, so it was like 400 meters, like 10 gassers.
Mm-hmm.
And then however many, like say 10 or 15 green bays or up downs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that was quarter one.
Okay, yeah.
And then you got a minute.
Yeah.
And then you did the whole thing again.
Yeah.
And then at halftime, you had like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And then you did it again and again.
Yeah. We had something, we had something, we called it 4 quarters.
Never went into overtime, thank God.
Yeah. Where it was like we used 50 yards, the coaches used 50 yards, and then they were in each corner of the square, Yeah. And then you got split up between your 4 coaches or however many coaches you had. And then you did whatever kind of conditioning they had for a minute. Well, after the minute, you had to do a lap around the whole thing and then go to your next station.
Yeah.
And then it was that one. It says like, God, I can do, like, if you don't put that lap in there, I'm good.
Yeah.
But you fucking put that lap in there.
When are we ever going to run for a minute?
Your break was if you finished the lap faster than everybody else. Because it was always the last person who gets to do the lap, that's when you start. So it was either like, so the fast people are fucking, they're already good.
Yeah.
Fighting on the fucking fat people. I was like middle of the pack, so I'm like, God, I'm so fucking tired. Let's quit. Run slower.
Ours was always like the punishment, the weird, there's 2 of them. There was 160 40s, which was a 100-yard sprint. And then as soon as you got to the end zone, then you had to come back 60 yards backwards.
Yeah.
And then the last 40 yards was bear crawl.
Yeah.
Unless they're really pissed. And then you did 40, 60, hundreds.
Yeah.
Where you had to bear crawl 100 fucking yards.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But then the other one, and it was always kind of funny because it was okay, but then it also sucked depending on how much the coaches were watching.
Yeah.
And how close they were. But it was always a Monday thing, and it was kind of a punishment for all the penalties after films. And it was lines. Now, you can only do this at a school where we went to school. We have a small enough team where you don't have 80 fucking guys. But, you run the line, and then you go up 5 yards and then run, kind of that zigzag pattern all the way down the field. And the person in last has to sprint to the front.
Yeah.
And then when he gets to the front, the next guy, and you keep, and you work your way all the way down the field. Now, once you get to the 40 or 50, because you're doing a pretty good clip.
Yeah.
And the coaches weren't going to come down that far. Like they were over on the track by the weight room, just kind of watching, make sure they're doing it. And then you always got to the, hey, person in front, slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
It's like a lineman have to go up. You got like, it was always like wide receiver goes up there. Now he's leading the pack at a little higher clip. Then you got like an offensive tackle that's going to be like, slow the fuck down.
God damn it.
And it was always like, that's the last thing you're doing. Like, as soon as you get to the other end, you're done. Like, the coach. As soon as you got down to the other end, like the coach just walked into the locker room. Like there was no more talking for the day. I was like, what? Why are we running so hard?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one. We talked about that last week about punishments in sports. And then when I was in junior high, you had to run a mile for every penalty. Personally.
Oh.
Like if you jumped.
Yeah.
If you got a false start on you.
Yeah.
come Monday, it's a mile.
Yeah.
2 of them, you owe me 2 miles.
Yeah.
It was like, well, hey, no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't run. Coach, I won't be in practice. I don't run 7 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good. I got penalized quite a bit.
Well, you're, a nasty player.
I mean, I had a lot of.
I assume you got a lot of 15-yard penalties.
Yeah, I had a
decent
couple,
amount of those.
Decent amount of those.
Maybe some holdings and stuff. But
no, I didn't have any. I didn't have any holdings. Maybe once. I know I had a snap infraction once.
I've had one of those too.
Where I thought
because I didn't know the fucking rule. No, mine was.
Oh, did you pick up the ball?
No, the ref put it down with the laces down.
And
when I got to the line, I turned it laces up.
Yeah.
And then stood up, and they're like threw a pin on it. I'm like, what? He goes, hey, if you want to roll it, you got to roll it with your foot. You can't move it with your hand.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch it, you have to keep your hand on it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fuck.
And this like junior high.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Given of that penalty because I didn't know the rule.
Yeah.
And the coach didn't know that either.
Oh.
I only had to run a half a mile for that one.
Nice. I had a teammate in junior high run to the line. He was a backup, and he picks up the ball, puts it in his hand like he's getting ready to throw, and then gets in his stance.
I don't think you're allowed to do
I was
that.
like, what the? Like everybody on the side was like, the fuck is he doing? You can't pick up the ball and adjust it in your hand perfectly. Dumbass. Like, that's what we do in practice. You don't have to do it now. Yeah. Fucking funny.
I always hated that. Like, because I played, I'm not great at football. I'm not great at the football. So I didn't play much.
Yeah.
Now, in, like junior high and stuff, I did, obviously, but that was just at the era of like you play center a little bit of like just starting to get into shotgun. Like it was starting to be a part of the offense, and I just sucked. Like, tell me I got to bend over further to look through my legs, see where the fuck you are, because you can't line up a quarterback at the same goddamn spot every time.
Yeah. I never had to do with that. I just like, he's back there.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I don't have huge hands.
Yeah.
So, going from, obviously the football is bigger. It's like, you want me to snap this one-handed 7 yards? Not a quarterback. I mean.
Can I just turn around and throw it to him?
Yeah. I don't think people give enough credit to the snappers, man.
Yeah. It's a tough position.
Well, they had a bad snap today. It's a bad game. Like, I mean, that ain't easy.
Man.
Because not to mention he's all the shit because he's the one
calling out
most of the stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Long snappers don't get enough credit either because that's like their accuracy.
Yeah.
Especially in the NFL when you start looking at how accurate. I mean, because on a field goal attempt, how often do you really see a bad snap in the NFL?
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty spot on.
Well, it's when they get hurt, you're fucked because you don't carry two.
Yeah. No.
You have to find somebody else on your team who could, try.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
it was one thing too. I know I mentioned Pat McAfee a lot, but he talks about that shit of like not knowing that like the lace is out, obviously, because he was a holder for Vinatieri. That laces. Now he's like, you don't really have a lot of time to adjust the laces when you're the holder. You'll try to clean it up, but those laces are on the snapper.
Yeah.
So when it gets snapped back, you need to know how many rotations. So when I catch it to put it down, that those laces are already out.
Yeah.
So basically, when I catch it, those laces better be pointing straight up. And if they're not, I can adjust a little bit, but I can't spin the whole ball.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about that of like, hey, those laces out. You heard about that in Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
I'm the snapper, not the holder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them that way.
I want them that way.
God damn.
Dan Marino.
Then you think about it, when you don't see it very often that it gets snapped over the head for a punter.
No, it's pretty good. I just watched Ace Ventura the other day. Yeah, I love that movie.
Marino.
Yeah. Dan Marino laces out Finkel.
Again, Jim Carrey, man. Just the small stuff on that, like, hey, you smashed in your windshield, so you just, like the whole movie.
Yeah,
you
just
stick your head out the window.
Oh, God.
That's another one of, like, as you talk of movies that can't get made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't get made now.
No.
Because of the whole Einhorn and Finkel.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't be doing that. We're not even allowed to say that.
No. Mr. Winky.
Captain Winky.
Sorry. Captain Winky.
Piece of shit.
Sorry. Fucking call me names. When he does the fucking thing in slow motion in the mental horde, let's see that in instant replay. Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
He's got some classics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Well, I think this a long time ago when we talked about, comedy career versus like Will Ferrell versus Ben Stiller. When you really start adding them together, like Ben Stiller's got some hits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You never throw a Jim Carrey in there going,
got some fucking hits.
Because nowadays it's like, well, people your age and stuff is like, it's more like The Grinch.
Yeah.
And it's,
exactly.
But it's, man, both those Ace Ventura movies are fucking funny,
hilarious.
Man. I'll tell you what, Liar, Liar.
Hilarious.
Good movie.
I love that fucking movie.
Good movie.
Yeah. Your boobs are big.
Mama.
Yeah, I mean, your boobs are big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole movie. She's like, that was fantastic.
I've had
better.
Yeah. What? Yeah, my teacher says that real beauty is on the inside. That's just something ugly people say.
I might need to watch that movie again. That is fantastic. Fun with Dick and Jane.
That's a good one.
Funny.
I watched that one last night.
I'm not a cable guy.
I'm not a cable guy fan.
No, I mean.
Nope, I thought it was dumb. Me, Myself, and Irene's okay.
I love Me, Myself, and Irene. I fucking love that.
Yeah. I mean, Dumb and Dumber is classic. I mean, Dumb and Dumber is just fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't. Now, they just waited too long till they did the sequel.
Yeah.
But, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Me, Myself, and Irene. Not here to twist your giblets. I'm here to save your life. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, man. He does have some good ones.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I think a lot of people shit on it, but the second Ace Ventura...
Yeah.
Good with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Now, I mean, there's that one spot where they talk about when it's like the spitting in the face.
Yeah.
And then they do that whole... And they all come out like all snot covered. Or whatever.
Yeah. Like,
all right.
I'm good.
I don't need that. But just the small stuff.
Yeah. He gets those fucking arrows in his legs.
Dude, right at the beginning, like on the airplane.
Yeah.
she says, peanuts? Oh, I have one right here. Yeah. It's quite bulky, but I consider it walk. Carry on. Peanuts. Oh. Then when he's driving... Like he's hitting a bunch of potholes, and then it pans back and it's perfectly paved road. It's like, I mean, that's just, you know.
I didn't mind Truman Show.
No, it's one of those ones of, it's not, I mean, there's funny stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy, though.
No, I didn't mind it.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, Eternal Spotlight, or whatever. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or whatever the hell it is.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to see you play drama.
Yeah.
Make me laugh, monkey.
Yeah.
Dance monkey.
Dance puppet. Yeah.
Entertain me.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. Speaking of Ben Stiller, I watched that Heartbreak Kid the other day. Fucking hilarious.
Jackhammer me.
Yeah.
What?
Jackhammer me.
I love, obviously, you say spoiler alert, even though that thing came out 12 years ago, but just like when it all comes around there at the end and she comes back and he's like, hey, let's get together. And he's like married again. He's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's funny. Good movie.
Yeah, I'll tell you one that's starting to get there too. Now he does a little bit, obviously doing the TV show, but Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
On the, like, of the last 8 years getting into the funny movie stuff just because he's a dick.
Yeah. And he's got
I'm a dick.
It's just that dry. But even his small bits in like Vince Vaughn's movies and stuff like that, he's good in them.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is like, you don't see. Well, he was in that.
The one about Google, right? Him and
but
Owen
that's
Wilson.
been a while ago.
Has it?
I don't mind that movie.
No,
I think that's funny.
Yeah.
That's been a while.
Internship.
When he was, last movie I seen him in was that one that The Rock did about that girl wrestler.
Yeah.
And it was like a part that they really didn't need Vince Vaughn
No, exactly.
for.
I didn't need him in that, but it's still Vince Vaughn.
It could have just been anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, hey, really? Well, they did one where like he was a salesman. They were going overseas, him and because it was the it's like 3 of them. They just get on this drinking run or something like that. It's with I don't know. It got shit on reviews, and I've never seen it anywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably one of those ones where like it looks funny as hell in the preview.
Yeah.
but they showed you all the funny parts. And
yeah.
you're like, oh.
I saw this in the preview.
Kind of like that Watson and Holmes with... It's like,
I've never watched it, but I just haven't heard anything good.
It was like 2 weeks, and it was in the theater for 2 weeks. They had to pull it out because people are fucking walking out
on it.
I'm like, man, that's usually a pretty good combo.
Yeah, it can't be that bad where you walk out on it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to walk out.
No, I paid money to watch the fucking thing.
$38 to get in this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Plus snacks.
Man, when are they opening that up?
I know.
God damn.
I know it.
I don't even know what movie they put out.
Going to the fucking movies, man.
But, hey, we got some sports. I mean, we didn't talk about NASCAR because why?
I don't ever watch NASCAR, so.
I know they did it.
I know they drive in circles.
Denny Hamlin won, and it was shortened for rain.
So it was kind of like an asterisk beside it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
You were in the lead when it started raining, so congratulations.
Mm-hmm. I can just sit on my front porch and watch cars drive by. I don't need to watch it on TV.
Yeah, they turn left.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be a little different, if they did like, for sure doesn't need to be 500 miles.
No.
But even if you kept it 500 miles, but at the 250, everybody had to pit and then turn around and go the other way. Now everybody's got to turn right.
Yeah.
Now how are you going to set that car up?
Yeah. You know, the way I think it is, I think they should have half going one way, half going the other way.
Or do a figure eight.
Yeah.
Be real exciting in the middle.
Exciting. Don't get hit, bitch. That's NASCAR. That's driving right there.
Driving.
Yeah. Dodge the car going 200 mile an hour.
Yeah, and that Skins game they tried to do with Roy McIlroy and them over the weekend was boring as shit.
I didn't watch that. I think isn't the Tiger Peyton thing coming out Sunday? Or Monday?
I think that's this week.
Sunday or Monday, I think.
I think Charles Barkley is involved.
Oh, God.
So
it'll be funny.
I think so, because I think you have to, because the first Phil Tiger thing was garbage.
Yeah, it was so fucking boring.
Because they have so many sponsorships, like they can't, like if they get out of, there's still that it's golf we can't do. Well, you're the only ones on the course.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Plus, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning have horrible mouths on them.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're still buttoned up to the point of, it's on national TV. Yeah, I'm not saying shit.
Can't say fuck on national TV.
So I think because I think you got to have Charles Barkley in there, because when you watch the first one and you watch the Skins game that they tried to do last week, going,
gotta have
nobody's
something.
Shit talking.
Yeah. Imagine Shaq. Shaq and Charles on one team.
Yeah,
it's like a sixth-them.
That's what I want to, So have Charles on a cart, fucking with him.
Yeah,
that's his job.
That's his job.
He's the buddy. That's tagging along this match and talking shit because the other ones won't, and Charles doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I have
what
a feeling
terrible shot. Terrible.
Yeah,
that's not a bad. That's not a good one.
No,
I didn't say I was good with impressions. I can do accents, not impressions.
You can do accents?
I'm not bad with accents.
I mean, we're gonna have to get into that at some point.
Okay, we will.
But yeah, the Charles thing you have to have, because I have a feeling that it's going to be a shit show, just like the other ones. They're going to be buttoned up. They're not going to say anything that might get taken out of context.
Yeah,
it's just going to be
like I want somebody to have like a dub shot, be like, "Nice shot, pussy," like something like that. You know?
I want them to talk shit to each other. Make it feel like
it's an actual
really
competition.
Playing golf.
Yeah.
Not that it's a competition, because any money that's on the line is going to charity.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's not for them.
Yeah.
But act like it's the four of you playing in a foursome, like you would play in a foursome if the cameras weren't on. That's what I want to see.
It's good stuff.
Probably won't get it though.
No.
Buttoned up. They'll make these like just old school golf jokes of like.
They Fat Albert now?
Hey, need your skirt? You didn't hit that far enough. Does your husband play? Hey, man.
Can't say that.
Go fuck himself.
Yeah, exactly. Nice shot, bitch.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Man, you hit that one like a cunt.
Yeah. Can't say ass on TV, but go with cunt.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, I think it's on TNT or whatever. It's cable, man. It's cable.
Oh, okay.
So they can.
Yeah.
I mean, ESPN. There's apparently all kinds of cursing and stuff in The Last Dance.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And I don't know. They said cunt though. That probably got chopped on
probably got chopped. Jordan called fucking somebody a cunt.
That security guy, he was, he beat him in quarters, and that security guy turned around, Jordan called him a cunt.
Fucking shrugged shoulders. Ah.
You cunt.
Yeah.
Well, we've said it 9 times in the last minute, so we've officially been kicked off YouTube.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. I don't have much more for you.
I'm good, man.
Sure we'll talk about some fights and the shit show that this golf match is going to be.
For sure.
And then we're going to have some sports coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiteside.